So we've now built a picture of the key technical fundamentals that are required in the short game. We've yet to deal with the individual shots, but we also need to understand shot selection and club selection before we deal with those shots. Here's a typical example of shots that might face us on the golf course. We have a tight position pin close to the edge of the green and one position further back, giving us a little more green to play with, but also other influences are there, slopes on the green. So a good place to start in choosing the shot is to try to play the simplest and most effective shot possible. And in most cases, that's going to be a chip and run. In other words, you're trying to keep the ball relatively low, land it just on the edge of the green and let it roll or release out to the flagstick. Why would we choose a chip and run? Well, it is the easiest shot to play. It's a relatively short carry distance. We are using lofts between something like a 5-iron and a wedge, and they're fairly simple to control. There's a fairly low club head speed. We don't generate as much backspin on the ball with that club selection or that club head speed, and therefore we don't have to worry about the ball checking up or not having control of it so much. We're allowing the natural momentum of the ball to take it to the hole. We also find it easier to judge. The actual distance that we're going to carry the ball is nearer to us, and therefore that's easier. Judging roll on the ball is not so difficult. Most people can putt long putts relatively simply, and getting a feel for long distance is certainly easier to roll the ball than it is to try and carry the ball all the way through the air. I think also players get a lot more confidence with this type of shot, but it still needs practice and play and regular execution on the golf course if you're going to perfect it. If we can't play that shot, then really we need to look at the higher option. And in that case, we're going to pick clubs with more loft, possibly the pitching wedge, mid-wedge or sand iron, and we're going to have to throw that ball more at the flagstick and take out a lot of the ground between the ball and the flag itself. So I'm going to play a few shots and try and explain to you how the ground in front of you influences your decision and the selection of the golf club.